Shoggy Shoggz in the building with me on Fresh Time with O.Phils on MZ Radio London, also on AP Radio UK. Hello, Shoggy. How are you doing today?
I am great. I'm in Bradford for the first time. I'm with AP Radio for the first time, like in the physical. And I'm actually just meeting O.Phils for the first time. Nowadays, we can know each other for years. We've known each other for like probably close to 10 years, and I'm just meeting him for the first time. So I'm so happy. It's Shoggy Shoggz in the Bradford building. I'm blessed, and I'm so glad that I could hook up with O.Phils in the flesh.
Thank you for coming. I'm so super happy for seeing you in the flesh as well. Let's get quick into it.
Okay.
Let's get to know you better. I know you as Shoggy Shoggz, formerly Shoggy Thor.
Yes.
And a radio presenter, PR manager, sports analyst, and the list got multi-award winning artist. I need to mention that.
We thank God.
So let's get to know you. Who is Shoggy Shoggz?
Basically, I'm a gentleman. I want to believe I'm a gentleman. I love God in my own little way. And back 28 years ago, I was pronounced dead in Nigeria. Born in Birmingham, went to Nigeria to do my studies and pronounced dead 1994 to be precise. So being alive is just like an extra time for me. I shouldn't be here. I'm just purely here by the grace of God. I mean, that's a testimony of where I was pronounced dead on campus, and Jesus Christ himself actually rose me up back alive. So it got to a point where even though I do broadcast, TV broadcasting, and I do a lot of things by God's grace, you mentioned sports analysis, so not just football, Formula One, we do a lot of things, cover the Olympics, cover different kind of sports games. But it got to a point where I just thought, I need to dedicate everything that I do back to Jesus Christ, because he gave me, I will even say a second chance, a third chance, probably a 10th chance, and that's why I'm here. So basically all what we do now is just mainly gospel inspirational. So I do radio by God's grace. I'm a producer. I'm going back to TV. So actually I'll exclusively reveal on Praise Time that we're working with LCBN TV. So I have a show coming up that we're working on. So this hasn't been shared anywhere, but exclusively on Praise Time.
Thank you.
So I'm going back into TV after 10 years. I stopped 2012, paused 2012 to go fully into radio. So I'm kind of venturing back into TV. I'm so glad you'll be able to see it on your apps and on LCBN TV as well. So I do TV, do radio, and do PR as well. A lot of people do not know that. In the background, even before I became an artist, we do PR, where we just help artists get their music to maybe places where they will not normally embrace those music. It could be in Russia, it could be in Asia. By God's grace, we do have a lot of connections to different radios, and so that's part of what I do. I do a lot of more things, but in a nutshell, that's me.
Thank you so much. Before we go on a short musical break, can you tell us if someone wants to promote their songs with your company, PR Shog? What's the name of it?
SHOGGZ PR.
SHOGGZ PR. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So, what do they need? Because these days we do hear that you need a lot of money. I've heard before that you need more money for your promotion, for your campaign, than more money for your release. So, what do they need to bring on? What do they need to do?
Yeah, it depends on how far you want your project to go. I mean, we all know that it's so important to brand yourself and also brand your project. Me and O.Phils were talking off camera, and it was like he just echoed my heart as a PR consultant that it's not just what you do, how you package is very important. Sometimes you have some projects out there that are not the best, as we put it, but because it's packaged properly, it goes further. And at times it's frustrating to those who believe that they have a better package, a better song, a better project, and they feel like it hasn't gone as far as the other projects. How you push your work is very important. You just realize that a lot of songs are out there and it sits on the shelf because it hasn't been packaged properly and hasn't been worked on properly. So what we do basically is just help artists or platforms or businesses get their product to the world, help them to brand it so that it's more attractive as well, and help them to extend the shelf life as in it can trend, create content and make it trend for as long as it could. There's no reason why a song cannot trend for like a year or year and a half. And that's what we do. There's a song that we're working on, So Good by Grace. She has another song called No Darling, but the work on the So Good is still extended. You can't kill it because it's extended. It's been embraced all over the world. So that's what we do basically. If you want to know more, just check out SHOGGZPR.com. That's SHOGGZPR.com. Budget is very low, so it depends. It could be from £100 to £1,000 to £2,000. Depends on how far you want to do.
That's what we're waiting for.
But it's very important to push your things out there. Ours is very affordable because it's not just, it's ministry for us. Our eternity is linked to what we do, so it's not just like a business thing. It's a ministry. We take things personal when we embrace projects. Some of the projects we actually do some exercises before we actually do the project.
Yeah.
So between the client, we could decide to go and support some people or do something as a seed, because we won't say we know it all. We need God's help. So we sow that seed so that God can give us a revelation for that particular project. So when we're doing it, it looks like we're magicians, but we're just enjoying the grace of God.
Wow. That's beautiful. You've heard it there. Get yourself ready. Get your promo ready. It doesn't cost a lot. Just be ready. Let's go for it, because I know you are into a lot of head there. You have a family as well.
Yes.
And you have a ministry, you have that job. How do you balance it? I want to learn from you, boss.
Well, we give God all the glory and all the thanks. It's not easy, but with the grace of God, all things are possible. It's one thing. It's like a PIN number, like a PIN code, like a blank check, the word of God. When the word of God says, with God, all things are possible, that means without God, all things are impossible. So all I just try to do is just add Jesus to what I do. Like this trip now, I came for this trip. It's leaving London, leaving the studio. It's not easy, but then this is the next thing for me. So what I just try to do is like, what's the next thing for me? And I put all my energy into it. And I try to just focus by forgetting the other things, which will have its own time, and just focus on what is in front of me.
Yeah.
I think it's just about making the best out of whatever you do at that point, and forgetting about the other things, because there's nothing much you can do. And that's the formula I use, but really it's the grace and the mercy of God that fuels me to be able to do all that I do.
Thank you so much. And at this point, I want to say thank you to your family as well, to the wifey and the children for understanding. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Amen.
Before you go, some people will be aspiring to be like you when they grow up, one air personnel like you. So what advice will you give to them?
The main thing for us is to know if it's your calling, if it's something that you need to do. When I was back, even at secondary school, I got drawn into sports. I remember the Canada 1987 under 17, the under 15 back in China. I can still remember, everything. The Saudi 89, the under 20 FIFA World Cup. I just loved football. I didn't know I was going to make a career out of it. But when you have a passion for something, if they wake you up when you're sleeping, if you're snoring, if you're having a nightmare and they wake you up and say, do this, you can just switch on because it's what you love. You don't need to be wound up like a grandfather's clock before you get into it. So the passion is very, very important. That is what will fuel what you're doing. But at times we tend to jump on things because our friends are doing it, or because people say that's what's trending now. And then we realize that we get to a point where it's frustrating and we just lose the love for it. So the first thing is to develop your passion and make sure that it's what you want to do. I love radio, I love TV. It's just what I'm meant to do. I studied civil engineering and engineering product design.
Wow.
God used my mentor, Reverend Motosho, to actually speak into my life and tell me that God has made me to be a media personality. You need also a support. You might not have a pastor, you might not have, but at least you need a mentor, someone that can speak into your life, that can show you the way as well. Most of these things I'm doing, I started at church, in the media team, trying to work on the mixer, trying to do some announcements.
Yeah.
That gave me the boldness to know how to talk to an audience, how to captivate an audience,
Wow.
how to, and all those things. Iron sharpened iron.
Wow.
Those were the things that helped me. So if you're out there, just have that passion. Look for someone that you can listen, learn from, and also be willing to learn. We can always get better. As much as I think I know, I always love to be empty and go on YouTube, watch O.Phils. I learned a lot from O.Phils. You would not believe it. I learned a lot from O.Phils. Learned a lot from our brother on the MZ Radio, Shoggy Harmony. I learned a lot. I see how you do your stuff. Even the praise time flyer is in front of my eyes. like now it's in my memory. How you post on Instagram, how you tag, do your stories, like you're playing this song, playing that song. I learn a lot. I listen to your shows, love your vibe, love the choice of your songs. So it's always about not just thinking, oh, I'm a personality or I'm a broadcaster, I'm a PR, I know it all. No, you always learn something from someone else.
That's true.
And then with the help of the Holy Spirit, if you believe in the Holy Spirit, He helps you to now make it yours, make it fresh. And if you're out there, those are some of the things that you can use. Work hard as well. You need to work hard. A lot of times nowadays you hear that language like, oh, I want to blow, or I want to make it now. No, there's a process that one has to go through. If you want to cook food, you want to cook meat. If you don't want to use the full time, it won't be a perfect meat. It will still be like a half cooked meat. But when you go to the right process, put all the ingredients, it's beautiful. So also whatever we do with the PR, with everything, go through the process. Don't be in a hurry to be up there. Once the foundation is set in stone, then you last even longer.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. I've learned a lot. I just want to have on, being a serving. You mentioned that you started in church. I'm starting church as well.
Wow.
Using the church camera.
I'm still in church. I'm still in
editing and doing all this and learning from there, learning how to face the camera, how to set things. Starting from where you are and learning from others. Please, guys, when you're hearing this, do that. Don't just say I want to blow. You've heard it from the big boss himself. As you go, do you have any upcoming projects?
Yes, I reviewed exclusively earlier that we're going back to TV, so there's a show coming up. So just please look at my platforms. It's Shoggy Shoggz, SHOGGY, SHOGGZ. So on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you can easily find me, and then you get to know exactly the timeline. We're hoping to drop it this year. Also, I have a debut album that's been ready for 2 years. I didn't push out. We were going to do like a festival like release, and then the pandemic hit, so the songs are ready. 12 songs. The title of the album is Emujo means dance. So we have the single Emujo, but we have some other unreleased songs, so we want to release that. We just want to try to, the whole project is raising funds, and that's why I love the project that O.Phils is doing, free. Check that song out if you don't know that song, Free by O.Phils, featuring the refugee action voices. This project is actually, all the funds is going to a charity that helps people on the street, orphans and widows, and the fatherless as well. I've lived on the streets before, back in Nigeria. Sold tomatoes on the Oshodi Bridge, sold nylon bags on the Ikeja Bridge. I've lived on the streets here in London during the winter time, where at times during winter you're outdoors, you sleep in the phone booth, and then sometimes you just jump on a bus, go to the end of the bus, come back again, and that's what I do throughout the night, so at least I keep warm. So those memories are still there, and anything I can do to be of support is great. So the whole proceeding, the whole profit from this project is going towards that. So hopefully we're hoping to drop it 2023. So we're going to do like a festival type of show. Also, there's another show coming up, which is a sports show, Sports Zone with Shoggy Shoggz. So that's just about football and sports.
Wow, I'm looking forward to all
that's going to be on radio on Salt FM exclusively, so please look out for that. And
we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to all this. Please do follow Shoggy Shoggz.
Please.
your socials.
Yes, so yes, at Shoggy Shoggz, SHOGGY, SHOGGZ, and TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can easily find
website. So
website for now we use a simple super link. So it's links.co/Shoggy Shoggz. So that's LII. It's links but with 2 I's. links.co/Shoggy Shoggz, and you can get all our projects and everything that we do.
Thank you so much for coming on Praise Time.
Thank you for having me. Guys, please let me just quickly hijack this. If you're not listening to Praise Time, or if you're listening to Praise Time and you always listen to Praise Time, I just want to give you one assignment, please. Tell someone about this project. Just one person, please, for me. It's a wonderful platform that's blessed me, blessed a lot of people. It's blessing me right now, so please, let's help each other. It's a word of mouth. It won't cost you anything. Just tell someone that there's a program called Praise Time by P.O.P. He calls himself O.P., but it's P.O.P. Prophet O.Phils. Wonderful, wonderful thing. And please, any way you can support as well. He also has a radio called AP Radio, a wonderful radio that brings you great content. It will educate you, educate your children, for all, adults, young. Please check it out, AP Radio, and be a blessing. Do that for me, and then I'll be fulfilled.
Oh, what can I say? My boss doing promo for me. Thank you so much, Shoggy, for coming.